might be wondering who FRANK is. I wondered that too when I started. And FRANK is an acronym that stands for friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, and kids' friends, parents. The FRANK list is a starting point for your business. It's who you know and connections to help build your business and grow it. In this video, you're going to see Courtney, who has already received her starter kit, and I'm going to go over the brochures with her. Even if you haven't received your kit, you can start your FRANK list today by just taking a piece of paper and drawing a line down the middle. So you'll see how it works. Hi Courtney, I'm so glad you decided to join Norwex.
Yes, thank you. I'm so excited.
One of the first things that I want to show you today that we'll be talking about is the FRANK list. FRANK is an acronym that helps us bring names to mind. So F stands for friends, R stands for relatives, A is for acquaintances, N is for neighbors, and K is for kids, friends, parents. And then I like to add in I too for internet, so people that we know through social media.
Okay.
How about if we give it a shot?
Sure.
Okay, here's a pen. And what I'd like to have you do is write down 5 people from each category. Pretty simple, right?
Okay.
This is a living, breathing document that when you get home, you'll add it if you want to your computer because you can always add to it. But right here, let's start with 5 names in each category.
Okay.
So think of 5 friends that come to mind, and if you'll write their names down.
Okay. My friend Amber, and maybe Diana, and maybe Brittany.
Okay, now R is relatives. So you can think of relatives, and they don't necessarily have to live here in our town. They can live any place.
My cousin Brianna, my Aunt Jeannie, my Aunt Leslie lives in Florida.
And then A stands for acquaintances. So think of people that maybe you know from the gym or that you went to school with. And if you'll think of 5 acquaintances and put their names down too. And then the next one's neighbors.
Tiffany and Karen, Desiree.
And then the K is for kids, friends, parents. So in your children that you have, and think about what parents of their friends that you know. And it could be through play dates or preschool classes. Okay, great, great. And then we can make it FRANKi by adding the I. And so then think about who you know through social media.
Awesome.
Okay, great. All right, Courtney, that's a great place to start. What I like to do in the second column here is write down how they would benefit from Norwex. So the first name you have on here is Amber. So tell me a little bit about Amber and why do you think she would benefit from Norwex?
Well, I do know that Amber is really concerned about always buying organic products, so I think she would love being able to clean without chemicals.
Perfect. Okay, put that down. And so we'll go down through the list and we'll write down how each person would benefit from Norwex, and that will make the calls easier when we connect with people, okay?
Okay.
So we've already talked about your launch parties, right? And we set Thursday night at 7 and Saturday morning at 10.
Right.
Okay, great. So from here, these are names that you can contact to invite to your party. Okay. And you have some that, like your grandma and aunt that don't live local.
Right.
That's fine too to invite them because you can send them a link and they can actually buy online.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, that's great.
We want to talk about, from this list, our potential hosts too.
Okay.
So when you look down this list, who on the list maybe has invited you to a party before or is really social or in the know of the groups or always organizing activities. So when you're calling them and inviting them to your launch party, you can also mention to them about the possibility how they could have their own party too.
Okay.
Great. Now, shifting gears a little bit, you've just started your own business. The potential is huge on how you can grow your business. So I'd like you to just envision for a moment, if you had a brick and mortar business down the street and you needed to hire 3 employees right away, think of 3 people that you would like to talk to about hiring to work in your company.
I would say my friend Amber, just because I know she's really business savvy. Possibly my Aunt Leslie, and then my friend Amanda.
Okay, great, great. So let's take Amanda for instance. So when I would call Amanda, like you'd be calling Amanda and you'd say, Amanda, you came to mind and I just wanted to share something with you. I've just become a Norwex consultant and I think the products are amazing and I really want to know what you think because this is a great business opportunity. If I give you some products to try, would you just try them and tell me what you think? You don't have to buy a thing, but I'm just wanting your feedback. So that's a great way to introduce them to the business opportunity too. Yeah. Okay, now we have a challenge for you. You've seen how the FRANK list works, so now it's your turn to put your FRANK list together. Make a list of 30 people or more on your FRANK list and how Norwex would benefit them. When you've completed your list, be sure and connect with your leader and share it with them. Remember, this is a living document. You'll continue to add names to your FRANK list as your business grows. We're so excited to have you in the Norwex family.